two legs. It's something that players don't experience all that often these days. What difference does that make to the approach of the first leg?
Well, for me, not a great deal, because if we were playing a regular league game and we were in any position, if we were winning a game, I'd say, well, we want to make sure we keep a clean sheet. That will be the same tomorrow night. If we're losing, I'd want us to try and turn the game around. That'll be the same tomorrow night. So I think that, the extra ramp in focus is more about the position we're in and what's on these two games. I think we can absolutely handle each game in its own entity. We'll deal with the first one first, and afterwards we'll deal with the second one.
And you'll know how much it would mean to the club if you could go all the way. It's been a long time now out of the Premier League. It would be something pretty magical.
Yeah, for sure. But we've got 3 games before we get there. But yeah, absolutely, I'm very understanding of that. But again, it's important that me first and players as well get caught up in that. Yeah, it's exciting that we're here because everyone wanted to be in the playoffs, but there's a lot of work to be done for that moment.
And are you surprised at the climb up the table? You did say right from the start you felt the squad was a strong squad. So have they done what you expected, or they surprised you?
No, if I'd have expected we make the playoffs and come in, I think that would have been the wrong position. We needed to take step by step at that point. We were 17th for a reason. That's football. You know, this club's had some really good success and you're moving up the leagues in recent years. Playoff final. FA Cup semi-final, so there's great credit due there. This season we were not where we want to be. We were in probably a relegation fight at that point, so I didn't expect it at all, but at the same time I come in, I want to be confident in the squad. I wouldn't have taken the job if I felt that we would get worse. I want to make us better, and at that point it was like, how much better, how many steps can we take? And the rest is down to probably a lot of people in the building, firstly the players, because they're the ones that go and do it. You can't do anything without the players, but also the desire and the passion of the ownership and everybody who works here at the training ground and the fans that have really gone with us. So it's a collective thing in terms of that we've got to where we are now, but at this point it means nothing. It doesn't. It's a big achievement to get here, but the real thing now is what we do now. And
Sunderland, the fact they've been in limbo for so long, does that make them hard to predict in some ways?
Maybe. I just view them as the team that they are. We watched a lot of them now. We played them not that long ago. We've got some very good players, particular style and way of playing, that if we are not in our game, they'll be a very difficult team to play against no matter what, to be fair. So we'll see what the game brings. I can't predict how or what Sunderland turn up, but we must respect that they finished, I think, 7 points above us in the league or whatever it is, so we have to respect that.
Frank, are you a better manager for your experience in the playoffs with Derby?
I don't know, that's a difficult question. I think people expect that you become a better manager of experience. I've had playoff experience, I've had Champions League experience, I've had a relegation battle experience, so I think all those things can build your story, can build your knowledge, your base, situations that you've seen before in different ways. So I think that certainly helps with that. Sometimes there's something nice about my first year at Derby. I didn't know any different, so it's quite nice when you're taking on new challenges. So I don't know. I hope so from my experiences as a whole, not just a Derby playoff experience. I think the many experiences I've had in these last 5 or 6 years.
They can be a real rollercoaster of emotion, the playoffs. You had that with Derby because you lost and then you came back and then you lost the final. Is part of your job actually taking some of the emotion out of it? Because the players will be desperate to become Premier League players. Yeah,
that is definitely part of my job, and so work has carried on as normal because Middlesbrough felt like a playoff game in essence. My job was certainly to try and take some emotion whilst keeping a good tension, a readiness in the players. So we did that last week, we continued this week. Our job is to completely focus on the game in hand, and I don't mind players wanting to be Premier League players. They have to be, otherwise they shouldn't be here. So that's a good thing, but we have to be very diligent and focused in what we want to do, game plan tomorrow night, how we want to approach the game. That's now the key, not to get any ideas of what may be too much in the future.
Quick word about the fans. They've been brilliant. You could do with their backing one more time at home, couldn't you?
Well, we'll absolutely get that, and very thankful for what they've done and given us, because every game in the last however many league games at home, they've been amazing, and it's such a strength. I knew that as a player, what fans can do for you in terms of inspiring you, helping you in difficult moments, backing the team throughout. They did it against Middlesbrough because the second half had some moments and fans were with us. So I can only thank them, and I know they sold out in in 5 minutes to this game. Our Sunderland away fans sold out in 5 minutes, so they'll be there for us. So we want to put on a good show for them.
And finally, we're about to speak to Jack Rudoni. What have you made of him in the 6 months or so that you've been working with him?
He's had a fantastic season. He's a pleasure to work with because he's so engaging on the training pitch. He wants to be better. He's really hungry in a really good way. He wants to train more. He wants to ask questions. That's a pleasure as a coach to work with a player like that. And he's shown his talent since we've been in. I think how many goals and assists, his numbers and his all-round game is improving a lot. I think with that, his stature and body language is improving, which is good. Good players should become more confident as they start to produce what he's producing. So it's good that we've got Jack and he's in that sort of form going into these games.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Frank, just picking up on the fans' point, can you describe what it's like, that noise at the start when they sing the enemy song, and then what it's like through the game?
Well, it's very uplifting. You know, it's the pre-game with the song and how the fans sing it. I remember when I got the job, a friend of mine sent me a video of the fans singing it at Wembley against Manchester United, and I was like, wow, I hadn't experienced it obviously at that point. So they've done that for us. It feels like that for the players and staff. I feel it on the bench, and it's great for us because it gives us that kick into the game. And then through the games, they've been first class in their support of the team. Because I think they've seen the players play with a passion and an energy and quality off the back of that they want to see. So we can be very thankful for the support they've got. We've got this incredible support in this league. It's an atmosphere that I haven't seen really created in many other grounds. There's some great grounds that create big atmospheres, but this is a special one.
And this match specifically, Sunderland, there is a rivalry of sorts between these clubs. More, I think, on the Sunderland side, but this one doesn't need any more building up, does it? No,
and that's it was new to me when I came to the job. This rivalry between clubs, but it's there. I think it's less relevant in these games because of the size of the games and because of what both teams want in this moment. So it's a nice underlying thing. If handled well, good rivalries are good to added spice to the game.
Tell us about the kind of mood, the mindset amongst the team coming into this game.
Yeah, everyone's really happy, buzzing. You know, we were buzzing after the game the other day. It was a big result, big performance. So the mood's been really good, and everyone's looking forward to it. So I think we just can't wait for the game. It's just ticking down to tomorrow night, and everyone's ready, train today, and then prepare.
Another couple of goals for you last weekend. You've got a manager who wasn't a bad goal scoring midfielder in his time. What have you learned from him?
Yeah, well, I've learned a lot, even in the short time working with him. I think it's been said in other interviews that me and him work together on the pitch, and he helps me with goal scoring and getting into the area and different types of finishes. There's no one better to work with, especially for that. And it's just good that it's coming out into the games now, and I'm starting to reap the rewards of the work on the training pitch.
Your performances have been getting a lot of praise this season. Do you feel you now belong in the Premier League? Do you feel that you are capable of it, that you are a Premier League player?
To be fair, I've always believed I've got the ability, and I always believe I'm capable of playing in the Premier League. I've thought that from the start of the season. It's just the way I think, and it's just good that I can show that my qualities to almost have a really good season in the Championship. And I believe in myself, and I believe I'm ready, and hopefully I can get there with Coventry and play Premier League football next season.
And tell us what the manager's done to get you into this position in terms of where the team were when he took over. You were just a couple of points off the relegation zone, and suddenly here you are with a real chance of getting promotion.
Yeah, he came in, brought a real structure to the team, and we stopped giving away silly goals. Like I said, the structure of the team is really important. He gives us clarity every game we're going into. We know exactly the game plan, exactly what we're doing, and we just have to carry it out. You know, we practice it on the training pitch, and then he gives us forward players a bit of license to go and create and go and win games, and you know, that's what we've been doing. You know, and even a few others like Bobby getting a few goals from the back, but you know, us forward players just are up there to go and excite and create and score goals, and like I said, that's what we've been doing.
Thanks, all the best.
Thank you.
Perfect sound.
Yeah. What was the experience, Jack, like last weekend? You played in front of a full arena, they were all wearing sky blue, the pressure was on you to win and you did. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, the fans are what make us so strong at home. I think you know, the atmosphere was unbelievable. It might be the best I played in front of, or best this season, I would say as well. So yeah, it was unbelievable. You say pressure, I think we're all confident. Well, I know I was. You know, big games, I feel, is where I like to thrive. So it almost gives me more of a buzz than pressure. Like, so yeah, I was buzzing to get into the game, and then as soon as it got started, it was yeah, time to do what we'd done, and we started really strong, and it was an excellent performance from the team. So yeah, it was quality.
Yeah, as a team, you proved that you can rise to the occasion for the big games. That must put you in good stead ahead of these matches.
Yeah, no, obviously 3 massive games ahead, and you know, we've had a couple big games recently against you know, playoff rivals and stuff, and we've been strong and come out on top. So you know, it gives us confidence, but I think we have the confidence in ourselves anyway as a team, especially going into tomorrow. You know, we're just looking forward to it, working hard, and we'll go out there and put our everything into it.
And a couple of goals for you. What gives you most satisfaction? Scoring goals or providing the assists that you provide?
Oh, you can't take away from scoring goals, can you? You know, when you score and the crowd roar. You know, that second goal at the weekend was yeah, it was deafening. Like, literally the sound. It was almost like, because it was 2-0 then, and it kind of like, I don't want to say ended the game, but like it kind of, yeah. So it was almost like a relief in the crowd as well, like that we'd done it, and it was just like, it was amazing, amazing feeling, and hopefully a few more of those in the next 3 games.
But the first goal from a header, even the gaffer admits that you're better than him at scoring headed goals. Is that something you've worked on?
I don't really work on it too much. I mean, we work on like movement in the box and crossing and finishing, so I guess I get a bit of practice at it, but to be fair, something I think I've just naturally kind of gained. You know, like when I was like a kid, like in the academy and stuff, like I didn't want to go near it with my head. Like I couldn't stand heading. I used to just be like a small like number 10 who just would like get in pockets, and like I just wouldn't head it at all. And then as I've grown up, I've learned to use my head, and it's become a real attribute of mine. You know, I like getting in the box. I like finding spaces off defenders' shoulders, and then just quick movements to head it in, and you know, turns out I'm pretty good with mine. So yeah.
I mean, you said that you've got the self-belief, you've always had the self-belief, but how much do you feel you've improved as a player since Frank Lampard started working with you?
Yeah, no, yeah, I've improved. I think learning and working with him, especially like more my end product and stuff, is just really starting to come out. You know, I've always thought I've had like the ability, but he's really fine-tuning me for maybe the right timings of movements, or just the small details that maybe you can't see just from watching the game, but when you look at it back, you can see that's the reasons why I'm getting more goals, more assists, and just areas. You know, him and Joe work with me, and we look back at videos and we work on a training pitch, and you know, it's helping and it's showing, so it's working.
And you've had the better of Sunderland over the 2 games this season. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, I mean, the games in the season don't matter for the playoffs, really. It's going to be completely different, you know. When we played them last, you know, we were the better team by far, but you know, they were they were already kind of secure for playoffs. And even if you look at their last few recent results, when they've already had playoffs, you could look at that and think, oh, they're on a bad run, but we're going to have to expect the best version of Sunderland and respect them because they have good players. And we'll go into it confident, but not thinking of the way we've played against them and their recent form that we're going to go there and turn up and turn them over, because that's not what it's going to be like. We're going to have to work hard and play at our best, and it'll be a good game. But we're all looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it. So let's go.
Thanks, Shane.
No worries.